And now it's my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker today. Reverend Jeannie Sovereigns is a passionate soul that is embarked on a journey that embodies love, humor, and authenticity. She embraces life's adventures from spiritual life coaching to skydiving. Driven by her commitment to spiritual growth, Reverend Jeannie holds a master's degree in spiritual studies, and she teaches at Emerson Theological Institute. She harmoniously intertwines the principles of the 12 steps with the science of mind philosophy, fostering healing and transformation. As co-founders of Begin Within Ministries, Reverend Jeannie and Reverend Dr. Michelle Izugwu encourages open dialogue and share their personal experiences to create a supportive community known as Sofa Sundays. They inspire others towards a deeper connection with spirit, creating a space for spiritual exploration and growth. Please welcome our guest speaker, Reverend Jeannie Sovereigns.
All right, so I was told I only have a certain amount of time, and anybody that has met me knows I don't know how to do time. So we're going to just set this little timer to remind me to be on task. You know. How are you, New Vision Center? Oh, that sucked. I don't know if I'm staying. How are you, New Vision Center? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. So I guess I'll start it then. Okay. So my topic today is called Speak Up, Stand Out, Shine On. And thank you, Marcy. Perfect. Love that. That's one of my favorite songs, Shine, Be Glorious. I'm going to admit this right now, and my partner's in the room. I kind of have a crush on Amy Steinberg and her music. Okay, same. Thank you, Reverend Leslie. Okay, it's not just me. So thank you so much, Marcy. So I have a little poem for you. Are you ready? Yeah, okay. In the silence I often reside, a voice within I try to hide. But it's time to break free and sing my song. Speak up, stand out, shine on. Like a phoenix rising from the ash, I spread my wings in a fiery flash. With every word I paint a hue, unleashing my colors to be vibrant and true. By yours truly. Okay. So, this year I began what I'd like to call my grand adventure, and it is actually a workshop that I'm doing that is year-round with Reverend Dr. Michelle Whittington, and it's called Grand Adventure. Okay, so during this time period, our first setup, we are becoming and learning and growing and meditating, and it comes to me that this year's guiding principles are speak up, stand out, shine on. I know you're thinking to yourself, this woman speak up? Like, come on. She must, talk all the time. And you do. I do. You're right. But the thing about this is I have not been authentic in my speaking up. I have a tendency to be a little bit of a people pleaser. Anybody else? Okay, so it's not just me. Good. So with that, I have a tendency not to say what I should say, what I need to say, what needs to be said in situations. So this year was the year I was going to speak up for myself, for others, for the grand adventure that is the divine. Whew, it was kind of scary for me. I wasn't sure that I was the person for that. I realized that I tend to be a little bit much for some people. And that's okay. Since I've started growing a little bit more, I found out I don't have to be digestible for everybody. Guess what? Neither do you, right? Our people will come to us. Who we are meant to be will always be, right? You can't hide it. I've tried. I have tried to be less than. I have tried to be little. I have tried to hide all of this glory. I cannot. I cannot hide it no matter how hard I try, because the divine in me wants to be outrageously colorful, authentic, vibrant, vivacious, and alive. Now, that might not be yours, but that's okay, because how boring would we be if we were all like me? And trust me, we'd be fighting for center stage if we were. I am here to give God a good time as divine expression known as Jeannie. That is my mission, that is my goal, that is my t-shirt. My partner keeps saying she's going to make them for us. So, embracing my individuality, this has been a journey of joy and liberation. And I am going to invite you to do the same. So, speak up, stand out, shine on is this concept that's encouraging us to embrace our authenticity, find our voice, and ignite our passions. It involves releasing, wait a minute, just hold on. It involves releasing what other people think of us. Oh no. Everybody, your mom, your partner, your best friend, the guy at the grocery store, okay? Your minister, your practitioner, the person sitting next to you right now. It involves releasing what they think of you, what I think of me, and being available to the divine within and what that divine spirit thinks, knows, and is as you. Are you willing? Yes. You're sucking again. Are you willing? Yes. Okay, thank you. Reverend Leslie told me you guys were very boisterous and vivacious and vibrant, and I think she forgot to tell me you needed coffee in the morning or something. Right? Just checking. So our dear Dr. Ernest Holmes states, in Know Yourself, you are more than you think. That's the pamphlet. Anybody ever read it? If you haven't, get it. It's awesome. Okay. We must continually remind ourselves of the power of our word and our ability to consciously use it for the good desired. We must know that truth produces freedom because truth is freedom. I'm going to say that one again. We must know that truth produces freedom because truth is freedom. It is in quiet expectancy and calm confidence that our work should be done. The results rest in the internal law of mind. I love that. It's juicy, it's yummy, it's awesome. And the quiet expectancy is in my mind, never out of my mouth, just so you know. I'm not quiet. I can't be. There's just too much good. I tend to use my voice to express ideas, thoughts, and beliefs in a way that is humorous, that can be welcoming, that is often filled with compassion and love. I want others to know that there is nothing more important than the divine love that is them in this world. I can't imagine not knowing that. I mean, there was a time when I didn't. But that's a whole other speak, and you'll have to have me back for that, okay? I have been muted by imposter syndrome previously. Anybody else? Okay, we got lots of hands, yay. But since becoming New Thought minister and our Sofa Sundays, I've been able to speak about different principles and different thought actions every week. And with that, realize what it is I truly know, what it is I truly believe. I am so excited to be part of New Thought movement that says we are love. I am so proud to be part of ministry that says we are one. Not just says it, knows it, believes it, operates in that. I'm so grateful to know that the divine, that source energy, God, however you like to call the perfection that is always present, always available, always inside, always around, and always part of, even when I don't feel it. So I have an experiment for speaking up, because you may feel like that's not what you do. So in my house, we have a tendency to love food. Anybody? We love foodies? Okay, so like sometimes when you get new recipes, they're great, and sometimes they're not. And I will say most of the time our recipes are pretty good. But there are time periods where we're like, oh, I'm going to have to order in. And instead of being upset about it or whatever, whoever has done the cooking and the other person giving feedback will say, this is not a keeper. Okay? It makes it more loving and easy to speak our mind without hurting feelings, you know. So I just offer that to you. Sometimes we have more touchy conversations that we have to have, where we have to speak up. And so I invite you to find your practitioner, your minister, a trusted friend, the taxi driver, I don't know. Find someone that you can do a little role play with and have that conversation beforehand. The more you rehearse it, the easier it's going to be to open your mouth and speak your truth. So that's our speak up section. Everybody still with me? Yes. Oh, you're learning. Thank you. Now we're heading to standing out. And again, I know it's hard to believe that I stand out. I mean, I know I blend in so well. And the truth is that I always wanted to. I always wanted to blend in. I wanted to be an it girl, part of the girls that were good in high school and got good grades and had the perfect everything. I just wasn't it. Like, that wasn't my path at all. You know, and then as I got older, it was like, okay, what can I do to fit in more? And each time I tried, I failed. Sometimes it was kind of sad, you know. I felt like I didn't belong. Anybody ever feel that way before? Yeah. I felt like that a lot. And as was alluded to, I do a couple of 12-step programs, and one of them is because I like to drink a lot for a long, long time. And that's why I look so young. I'm well-preserved. And, you know, when I was about 30 years old, a woman came to me, and she said the F word and God in the same sentence, and I thought, you are my guru. This is how I found a God I could do business with, an understanding. It was a place that I learned to fit in because everybody was crazy there. And for $1, you could find out the most amazing things about other human beings that they were willing to do and laugh about. It was just such an amazing place to be, to hear laughter as people talked about some of the most outrageous things, knowing that there was a God in their life and that they felt that connection. Move forward many, many years, having a program meeting in this church building, where I know some of you from, the church, that is. And I read on the wall, change your thinking, change your life. Oh my goodness. It worked. I started to attend the church and I found out more things. These things about the divine. And in that, I learned that standing out was an okay thing. You know, I have come to realize that I am an artistic expression as myself. However, it's not just the bold caftans and the wild socks with Crocs or the crazy jewelry and the fabulous glasses and the hair, right? I stand out because I stand up for things. And I'll give a little plug for First Saturdays and the political peace prayer time. Because knowing in your heart that you are for something and against nothing is an amazing place to be. And that, my friends, changes the world. We are the peace we seek. The other things that I like, that I stand for, are artistic expression and playful spirit and humor. Humor is my number one value. If I can make you laugh, if something comes out of your nose while you're drinking because of something I said, I am a happy woman. My poor partner. She doesn't find me as funny as you do, I just want you to know. Living with all of this can be a bit much. My mission is to provide comfort and encouragement, reminding others that they're not alone on their journey. Though some might find my personality a bit overwhelming, I embrace it wholeheartedly because I refuse to dim my light or suppress who I am anymore. Instead, I embrace it and use it as a force of positivity. Again, our dear Ernest Holmes, and I'm going to de-man it and make it human. Humans exist at the point of limitless opportunity for self-expression, which in reality has never been inhibited or restricted. In spiritual mind treatment, we declare what good we wish to realize or have manifest, whether it be more money, more happiness, or more opportunities. Then our declaration automatically becomes the law unto the thing declared. We should expect an immediate answer to our spiritual mind treatment, for the answer is in the treatment itself. Since the law of mind is one with our mind, then the thought is one with the law. And the opportunity for self-expression exists wherever such opportunity is recognized. So this experiment for you to stand out is very simple. Embrace your unique self and style. If it's bright colors, go ahead and do it. Tell them I said it was okay. If you have a hobby you love, as Leslie said, don't do it during the sermon. However, make time for it every day. Creative expression is so healing. It takes that internal stuff that we don't know what to do with and places it something in a creative way, whether it's painting, singing, writing, knitting. It gives form. And that is what we're here to do, is create and be. And if you have a particular thing that you're passionate about speaking about, open your mouth. Feel free. Talk about it. Engage with like-minded people. Enjoy. From Know Yourself, again, I really like this pamphlet. Can you tell? When we gradually wake up to our divinity and perfection, it more fully animates us. This is where we give God a good time. Oh, I'm ticking down. I talk too much, I told you. So, shining on. In order to shine on, and I loved the song in this, and I thought about this, like, how do we talk about shining our bright, brilliant light, being those diamonds that we are in the divine? You know, it comes in the mundane. How do you make your ordinary extraordinary? How do we become more in the everyday thing? When we're working 60 hours, we got 3 kids, there's nothing to do, it's 116, I'm not shining nowhere. You know, what is it that you can do to shine, right? I'm also a positive intelligence coach, and one of the things that I work with people with is staying in mindfulness and using mindfulness as we move through the day, whether it's doing the dishes or the laundry, and finding those things that are mundane, chore-like opportunities and finding the joy in them. Finding the part in them that says, I am so grateful. I'm so grateful to have a home and too many things to choose from for clothing experience. I am so grateful that I ate well today, so I get dishes to do. I'm so grateful that I have 1 million cats and have to vacuum every 5 minutes. Whatever it is that brings that gratitude of the life you love living because you're living it, there is where we're staying mindful in the moment, not just when we're doing meditation, not just when we're told to, right? We're mindful as we see the glistening bubbles in the bathwater or the dishwater. We're mindful as we put something away, knowing the joy that it brought us when we first bought it, and all the people that went into bringing it to us in the first place. Mindfully engaging in our everyday routines and practicing being here now is why our ministry started on Sofa Sundays. We wanted to be able to begin within and having discussions. And as I look around this room, you know, there's quite a few people from your congregation that have been on my sofa. Reverend Leslie is one of them. Ralph. And the discussions, you know, they shouldn't just be saved for Sundays, right? Have those discussions with your loved ones, the dear ones, the people that you know and love that are of like mind. By embracing life's task with intentionality and mindfulness, we can unlock hidden realm of fulfillment and inner peace. So, I say embrace the imperfection of perfection, speaking up when necessary, when you can, even if it's hard and it takes courage. To stand out with your love, your joy, your trust, your ability to shine through the everyday moments. Not everybody can have pink hair. Sometimes it's just about a hug. So let's take your beautiful, bright light into prayer. In this moment, in this love, in this divine moment of joy that is this one heartbeat, one breath, one body. That is me. That is everyone within the sound of my voice and beyond. I speak my word for the highest and best good, knowing that this time together has been joyful, wonderfully expansive and creative, and that each person here was able to receive what they needed to receive. That as we speak up, stand out, shine on, as the individuation of God that we are, that we know that we are a bright star in the ever-growing, expanding cosmos of the divine. And for this, I am so grateful. I say thank you, universe. Thank you, God. Thank you, life. And I let it go in a divine mind that only says yes, in faith, truth, and trust. Together we say, and so it is.